All right, we're back with the Broke Mentality Podcast.
from outer space.
Outer space, baby. My name is Derricho Lawson.
I'm Will L.
Got Will L over here too, man. Today,
Episode 2.
episode 2, man. Came quick.
Yes, it did.
Today
Is Wednesday.
is Wednesday, and we're talking about Daddy, Will You Buy Me?
Right. Now, Lawson, are you a part of the Daddy Will You Buy Me Association?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Will, are you a part of the Daddy, Will You Buy Me
I
Association?
most certainly sure am not.
Mm.
So, how about you start us off with why aren't you a part of that association? And why would you or would you not be a part of that association?
Well, the reason why I'm not a part of that association is because my father told me at a young age, you can't have shit that I have. And he taught me to always work for what you want. My mother did too. There were times where I wanted some things and we had the means to get them, but they told me no. Back then, I thought, they were some assholes. But now that I see how that mentality permeates through society, I am grateful that they did that.
Most kids think parents are assholes
Yeah, anyway, no matter what, they can give them everything. Daddy, you gave me a Mustang with a V6 instead of a V8. You fucking asshole. That's what the fuck's going on. So,
Yeah. My daddy taught me those things, but he also taught me I see London, I see France, I see women. Oh wait,
do
that
they
was the wrong
dance?
song. That was the wrong song. I fucked it up. But whatever. Place in France where nigga ladies dance a hole in the wall where boys can see it all. That was it.
Oh,
But anyway, point is, very similar. Uh, grew up with my single mother who did not finish college. We're, trying to find the best jobs as possible that could pay as much, but wasn't enough. Didn't make much. And my father lived, say, 4-hour drive away. And although he was a lawyer and he had money, there was times where he was probably more clear about things. And even though he had money, he didn't use it, especially living in New York City. He didn't use it the way most people would. But he also didn't allow me to just go to, let's say, school or let's say a summer camp and just buy my lunch all the time. And so I mean, many similar things, just teaching values of life, responsibility, the value of a dollar, at least in what our parents' minds thoughts were a value of a dollar was. But anyway, no, I'm also not a part of this Daddy Will You Buy Me. And obviously these come for various reasons, just their own responsibility with their money, but also just not giving me the money that other kids get.
yeah.
So we don't know this easy life of Daddy Will You Buy Me. And a lot of people do. A lot of people don't, but a lot of people do. And it's very interesting because, especially when you're in school, you're around a lot of people like that.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people.
And it makes you aware of maybe how hard it really wasn't when your parents said, no, we can't afford it, or no, you don't need it. It's not important. So very interesting about how kids grow up their whole life just getting what they want. I mean, what is there to work for?
There really is nothing to work for. When you're 16 years old or you graduate high school and your birthday present is a brand new car,
Yeah.
some people will buy their kids property.
Keywords: brand new car.
Brand new car. That year that your birthday was. That your birthday was. You're
Right.
born in 98, 2014, you get a 2014 car.
Mm,
No, 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 no.
no.
Why? Why did you get that? Because you turned 16?
Right. Why do you need that?
Yeah,
You can't even afford it.
yeah. And truthfully, your parents might not be able to afford it.
Yeah, that's the truth. Which that could be another great topic for another day. But yeah, the people. I mean, let's just use some examples. How many times have we seen someone just riding the backs of other people? Uh, they sit there and they say, "Oh, I'd love to help out. This looks like fun,
But
or very interesting, or it's something I always thought of doing." Uh, but and the but is maybe they're not going to say the but because, of course, if they admit that, then I guess consciously they feel like they're not a man or a woman or an adult.
yeah, but it's the
But
truth.
they won't admit it. You'll just have to fill in the blanks and realize that they're not going to show up when they say they're going to show up. They're not going to show up when they need to show up. They're not going to do the work that they need to do in order to help not only maybe a team or a group or a project progress, but even themselves. Um, I, I've I've came into many situations where I wanted to do something, and but I had to start from the very beginning. And
Square one.
I've had many situations where it was no one's going to show you how to do this. You have to figure it out, and it requires well your time, your energy,
Mm-hmm.
picking up a book, turning on a computer, and learning how to research. Um, and then just applying whatever it is that you are trying to figure out.
Bingo.
And your teachers they suck at teaching you how to do that.
They suck at teaching you
And
how to learn. How to learn. How to
yep.
learn.
And majority of the parents in this world, no matter what uh, economic class they're in, they suck at teaching you that too. And so you're left all alone. And and that's kind of how a lot of the projects that me and Lawson have worked on in the past and present and future to come is that it's just me and him. And all we know is how to turn on a computer or open up a book and just start learning and figuring things out on
Yep.
our own
The
and,
grind.
and applying and grinding. I mean, we sometimes midday we're just like, yo, I gotta take a nap
Yeah.
because all of a sudden it just hit me. Sometimes you forget, like, hey, I could still give myself 5 hours of sleep, but and that's the problem. So Lawson, why is it that people are not? Well, let's put it like this: why are you able to rely only on yourself? Do you? Could you just explain to those listening, those broke mentality at motherfuckers at home? Listen, explain to them why is it that you are someone who is only able to rely on yourself.
Well, I can tell you that I was put in several situations where I only had myself to rely on. My folks used to make me speak in public, and one of humans' the biggest fears, period, is speaking in public. A lot of people's biggest fears are speaking in public, and it used to be my biggest fear. But they told me to go out there and say something. That's all they told you.
Yep.
So you did it. You had to
Yep.
do it,
You had,
or else you would have an ass whooping when you go home.
Even though you had more air than voice coming
Yeah,
out.
you had more air than voice, but you were still saying something.
Yep.
And through those situations and through situations like our race car project,
Oh, yeah.
where you're the only one, not even qualified, but the only one who will take the time to master your portion, which is it's your portion, it's your job.
Yeah. But
If you don't do your job, this is not gonna be successful. It was a team. Everyone had a certain job, and you have to fulfill that job. And a lot of problems that people have is that their job itself, they won't fulfill it because of various reasons, because of this luxury life that
Yep.
they've been living. Like, oh, I have a job to do. I can't push this on somebody else like I've been doing my whole life. I was never, again, public speaking. You can't push that on somebody else when you're up on stage with a microphone in your face. You're stuck. You can't just say nothing.
No, you
That's
can't.
not gonna fly.
And touching on that race car project, all he mentioned was about his project that had to get done or his task that he had to get done. But he also didn't mention the fact that when you are also a leader on a team, and being on that race team, and we were the leaders for the last year and a half to 2 years. We had more than just our own task. We had the task of others that weren't completing their task. We had the task that others were, even if they were doing what they were supposed to be doing, they were going to be 3 months behind us anyway,
Yeah.
just because they were starting off in the beginning.
Got to make sure that they do.
We had to deal with the politics behind dealing with faculty of the administration,
Yep.
dealing with sponsorships, dealing with the outreach events that we had
Yep.
or the events that we partake in, just to hopefully gain some more sponsors or to gain some publicity to have our community stand behind us. I mean, we were definitely one of the biggest situations that also led to this podcast.
Yeah.
Was that race team, and it was the fact that we were the only two
Yeah.
putting in 40 hours a week or more and trying to be competitive in the engineering industry, be competitive in the racing division that we were in,
Just be competitive in life, honestly.
and be competitive in life. And and hey, you daddy, will you buy me association? You led us to leave you guys with what was left to leave you with.
Yeah. Just
Which
nothing.
yeah, I mean, depends on how you look at it, though, right? I mean,
It's an
it was
opportunity,
it was a
honestly.
lot when we were there,
Yeah.
but it's now nothing because we're not there,
Yeah.
and because they have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. Neither do they understand that now it's their time to learn how to learn. Because
Yeah,
we had to
and-
do that.
right. And Daddy, will you buy me association? They don't know how to learn.
Yeah.
They are hoping that an expert comes by and gives them all the answers.
Yeah. Somebody just falls out the sky and says, "Hey, this is how you do it."
So, very sad, and it's a big question for today is why do people depend on others?
Mm.
Something, and not just, in the most couple years, in the last couple years, but like for a while, I've learned that. I learned it slowly because as I work on myself slowly, I learn things. And something for a long time I always tried to figure out is why do people depend on others? Why is it that they just won't do it their damn selves? I remember this one class, I was taking a statics class. It's basically your beginning engineering courses if you are a mechanical engineering student, and even electrical. And I remember we had this professor who spoke terrible English. And besides terrible English, he just was kind of an asshole. You ask him a question, he just kind of like smiled at you and shrugged his shoulders. And it was very confusing of what he was doing because all he did was the exact example problems that were in the textbook. Well, anyway, me and a classmate, we had decided, like, look, we're not going to waste our time coming to class. We're better off just teaching ourselves, reading a book. So here's the game plan. You know, I'll come I'll come this one day of the week. You come one day of the next week. And we just have to let each other know when the quizzes are, when the homework is due, when the quizzes are, and show up for the exams.
Uh-huh.
Well, we did that. So I probably only went to class maybe a fifth of the amount of classes we had. However, I studied like I said we would. I got an A. Now this classmate, they did not study. I mean, they studied, but they studied and they had their tablet open with Netflix on it and watching
Netflix.
shows or sitting in the lounge areas just talking to her other classmates. And so at the end of it, I got an A, she got a D,
Damn.
and she complained about, well, I don't understand. I did the same thing you did.
Like, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't. No, you
did not.
didn't. No, you didn't. And so she had talking all this stuff. I'm gonna go complain to the professor and this not right. And I don't
It's not
understand how
right.
he grades and X, Y. I'm sitting here like we did the same thing.
Yep.
We showed up the same amount of days.
Same game plan.
We agreed on the same game plan. I got an A, you got a D. So what? And I'm like, that's on you.
Yeah.
So now, because she doesn't want to deal with the D, which she had to at the end of it, but at the time, she's realizing she's failing, and she's going to have to repeat this course. She was now going to try and depend on the mercy of the professor to allow her to somehow get bumped up to a C, whether it was a retake or whatever.
Yep.
But it was just like, you came up with this plan to do what you wanted to do, and you weren't responsible about it. And now, because you're gonna fail, instead of taking ownership of your issues,
You gonna beg?
you're gonna beg, and what that puts them in a position to depend on the decision of someone else.
Yep. Just like your boss.
Just like your boss, just like your wallet.
Yeah.
So why do people depend on others?
It's a habit, man. I think starting from childhood, of course, the baby depends on the mother and the father to provide for them. But at a certain point, they should let go and let that child realize that they have the power to control their own destiny. That's the real problem. A lot of people don't have enough confidence in themselves and in the power that they have to really control their own destiny and make their own decisions.
Very true.
If and it goes back to what we value the most. Person that you were studying with, that person valued entertainment over focus
Yeah.
and over a grade. So instead of doing what they should have been doing, which was, studying by themselves, maybe studying in a group, I'm a firm believer that you only study with 2, maybe 3 people. The fourth person, everybody's IQ gets cut in half. You have 4 people? No, I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan.
Truthfully, I won't study with anybody. Like me and Lawson, we
Yeah,
don't
me
have
neither.
the same classes, so I can go study with him because we're studying, but we're not studying together.
Studying different things.
Right. Whereas I've learned hard ways, and this is how I came to this conclusion. But I do not study in a group because, like Lawson was saying, one, even if the other guy is as doing as good as you are in the class, he may be doing things differently than you are. I've learned that I've never been able to do, problems and problem solving and all that the way that the professor does it. And so you're definitely not going to do it the same way another student
Yeah,
does it.
definitely.
And then the other problem is that if you're doing well in a class, a lot of times, even if you're not sure of how you ended up in this study group, a lot of times you were the chosen one
Yeah.
because you did the best on the
Anakin
previous
Skywalker
exam.
of class.
Right. So now you're here surrounded by a lot of people that are depending on
Yeah.
you to show them some things
Riding your
to
coattails.
get them. Yeah, right. And so now they're depending on you to get them through the class. And I've been in those situations before too. And it's a waste of time, because the same amount of time you put in studying with them, you could have put in by yourself. And if you are someone who is succeeding in your classes or at work or whatever, that same amount of time you put in by yourself won't change the outcome
Yep.
if you're still going to succeed when you study with this group of idiots. Um, and so eventually I just stopped studying with people and I just studied by myself. And the other thing is professors. People depend on professors way too much. I have short attention span, so I cannot sit in a class for too long. So I actually, a lot of times, I do not pay attention to the lecture. I just show up just in case they're a dick about taking attendance. But other than that, I'll sit there and do whatever I do. But I'll go home, read the chapter, read the section, read what I need to read, and handle what I need to handle on my own and make sure that I understand it. Now, if I get stuck on a practice problem or a homework problem, then I will go to the professor because that is what a professor
that's what they're
is
for.
They're not there to just show you the way. They're there to help you.
He doesn't know the way.
He doesn't know the way. They're there to help you get through it. All right, and that's what everyone needs to stop, thinking is that this professor is going to teach me something new. No, he is there to help you as you learn. You have to learn on your own. Stop depending on someone else to show you the way.
Yeah, they're a guide, man. You can register for classes and never go to the class and still succeed. The professor is not your brain. They're just there to steer you in the right direction
Mm-hmm.
and make sure that you learn what you need to learn.
Yeah.
But it's up to you to learn what you need to learn.
It's like it's up to you to wake up.
It's up to you to wake up.
Professor's not there to wake your ass up, is he?
Yeah. That's why your motherfucking ass over there oversleeping every damn day.
Yep.
Shit.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, sleeping, waking up. Let's talk about that real quick
talk
because
about
this goes along with Daddy, will you buy me an alarm
it does.
clock?
Yeah. Daddy, an alarm clock.
Right. First of all, one, stop waking up at 11 a.m. Wake your ass up at latest 7 a.m.
Latest is 7.
What? So since the semester has started, and because these unwanted courses get in our way of other things,
Yeah.
on average, I'm waking up at 6:30 a.m. every morning,
Yep.
and that is to either be at work at 7, or to be at the gym at 6:30.
Yep.
And then go to class at 8 a.m. till 10:40, and then after that, maybe sit with my design group for about a few minutes, and then head my ass back to work. So wake up.
Wake the fuck
Not
up.
wake up. Black Lives Matter. Don't listen to that type of wake up. Like wake
No.
up at 6 a.m. and get your day started.
Get working. Read. Do something.
Right. Make you a pot of coffee or a cup of tea.
Yo, drink water.
Drink water. First of all, you should drink water anyway. I mean, here and there, I go and get me a Arizona iced tea, but hey, whatever. It is what it is. I got to deal with the consequences later. Matter of fact, the other night, had a whole small portion of apple pie to myself. And
What happened in that workout?
In the workout the next morning, I felt like I was sweating out the flu. It was terrible. And I will never do it again. So, drink water and stop eating bullshit.
Yeah.
But wake up at 6 a.m.
Wake up.
Get started. Take a walk around your neighborhood. Get a little bit of physical exercise. Don't look at your phone. And a lot of you out there, if this is going to be, let me take their advice. And tomorrow morning you want to try this, do this. Wake up at 6. Do not look at your phone.
Do not.
Leave it on the charger. Take your ass outside your house. Walk around the block. All right. When you come back in, go straight into the shower. Wash your ass, you little dirty motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Then after that, get your lunch prepared, your breakfast, whatever it is you do, or if you ain't got enough time, just get your clothes on, grab your phone, put it in your pocket, go out the door. Why? Because the first 2 hours of the day, we really should not be looking at our phones. Now, if you gotta communicate with, somebody that you're meeting up with, okay, fine, whatever. But just stay off of social
Not on
media for
Instagram,
the first
man.
2 hours. Stay off of social
Get your
media. the first
motherfucking
2
ass
hours
off
of
of
the day.
Instagram in the morning.
Right.
The hell is on there? You looking
Right.
at titties in the morning, bro?
I am.
Them titties gonna still be there. It's hard not to look at them titties, dog. I ain't even gonna lie. But
There are billions of titties on Instagram.
literally billions of titties.
You're probably way off topic right now.
Yeah. But don't look at Instagram, man, in the
Right.
morning. Don't do that.
Don't do it. It just for what we just said. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
It's the biggest distraction there is.
It's a huge distraction.
It's a terrible distraction too.
All right, Will, I got a question for you, man.
Okay.
As we make it through these next stages of life, there's a question that I have, and it just popped up in my head. Who is achieving your goals? That's a very important question because when you think about it, I'm achieving my goals. It's not always the case. If somebody put in more work than you toward your goal, you didn't achieve your goal. You had somebody else achieve that goal for you.
Right.
So how important is that question? Who is achieving your goals? And who is achieving your goals?
That is a great question. So, if I'm actually achieving goals, I'm achieving my own goals because, like we just said, no one knows. There's no one else. I'm 26. All right, so there is no mom or dad that is gonna come into my room and say, "Hey, son, it's time to wake up.
Pick your punk ass up."
Time to walk past the boogeyman down the street." No one's waking me up. So I gotta wake myself up, and I set many alarms because I can't wake up. So eventually I get up, but I have to wake myself up. I have to get myself dressed. I have to take myself out and be, professionally proactive in this world, whether it's at work or school, or I just have to, productive and get things done. So goals that are achieved, I achieved them. Now, I think there's a second part. There's a second answer to your question, and I think that is if I get lazy, I start slacking, I just for whatever reason I don't care about my goals, and maybe I care more about catching up on Peaky Blinders on Netflix than
College
show.
football.
Great show, by the way, but I can't finish it because I'm too busy with my other stuff. But
Yep.
if I was to go the other route and just focus on Netflix instead of my goals, I think there is someone else out there that I might not even know who is achieving my goals. And that's the problem because, and what I mean is that they're beating me to it. They're beating me to it. They're probably 26 also out there grinding, and they're gonna beat me to it because they are at this very moment even. They are studying
Focus.
what they need to do to get to where I'm also trying to go, but to where they want to go.
Yep.
So if I'm not doing anything, I think someone else is achieving my goals, but not for me. And if I am doing something about it, then I'm the only one that's going to achieve my goals. And a lot of people I've worked with and currently work with, they're not achieving their goals. Someone else is achieving their goals. Or, I'm like as an intern, I'm quietly sneaking up and I'm going to achieve their goals before they do. And I'm going to snatch it right out of their hands and claim it as mine. I have a very big goal, but in that, I have many small goals. And your goal, whoever's listening, it could be my next goal. If I catch you sleeping, I'm going to steal it.
Gonna whoop your ass.
Right. So
Beat you to it. Beat
you
the
know,
next man.
just remember that you can set these goals or say, "Oh, I want this in life," but if you're not doing anything about it, someone else is going to achieve it.
And do you really want it?
Do you really
That's the
want
real
it?
question. Do you really want your goals? If you wanted your goals, you would be obsessed with
Yep.
that goal. And every day you would be thinking about it and then acting towards it. There's a difference between thinking about something. Thinking is not an action, it's somewhat of an action, but it's very passive. You have to think of something, implement it.
Right.
Read something, implement it. It's very important that you take action. This is why this is where a lot of people mess up, especially us spiritual people. I cuss when I'm spiritual. I'm working on it every day. Every day we get better and better. But a lot of people will pray for something and then not do anything.
Yep.
And then they wonder why they don't get what they want because they're
Again,
just praying for it.
or depending on something
They're
else.
dependent on something else instead of taking the bull by the horns, saying, "Hey, pray for strength.
Right.
Give me strength. Give me discipline to
Right.
continue to work toward this goal." That's better than saying, "Lord, give me $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Lord, let me get this job, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to fill in this application on time. I'm a, I'm gonna go to McDonald's. I'm gonna go sit in line for these $200, $300 pair of Jordans for hours on end.
Got my whole check.
Spend your whole check on a pair of shoes, or a shirt, or some jeans, instead of taking action, using a little bit of money, buy a book on something that you want to do, read it, and implement something in that book.
Yeah.
That's gonna take you a whole lot further than anything else.
Right. And with it, and so with all of that, it's Wednesday, guys and girls. So being that it's the middle of the week, maybe you should take time and think about, create a list. Create a list and be honest, and create a couple lists. One, think about what you really want in life. Do you want financial freedom? Do you just want a Lamborghini?
You want a family shit,
You
whatever you
know,
want.
yeah. Do you just want do you just want to be able to wake up and every bill is paid and you can still go to Metro Diner every Saturday?
Oh, we love Metro Diner down here in Jacksonville.
If you're in Jacksonville, please go to Metro Diner and get a waffle.
And the cheesy baked, what is it, the broccoli cheddar soup?
Yeah, or the 12-inch pancake.
Oh,
Go out there. I mean, we don't. By the way, we're not promoting them, but we just
no, we're
go
not
out there.
promoting them, but their food is damn good.
Right. But anyway, make a list of what you really want out of life, and don't think too hard, but slowly think about what is it that you have to do to achieve those goals. Second, make a list. I call it a CR list, and it stands for can't rely. Or maybe we should call it CRO, can't rely on. Write down a list of people that you know for a fact you cannot rely on.
Yep.
That you may be working with in a group project, at work, in your family, whatever it is that you're doing in your life, and you have people a part of that. If you can't rely on them, write it down, remember it, and avoid them, or
Avoid them at all costs.
or do what it is that they're not going to do.
Yep.
Make sure you get it done for yourself. So do that. Make those two lists. And any other lists you think they should make?
Under all your goals,
Just
you should
under
write little goals. Have
Yeah.
your physical goals, and then also have your mental, spiritual goals.
Right.
You want peace in your life.
Right.
All right, is your whole meaning just to have happiness?
Right.
And then what does that entail? What is the peace?
All right.
What's gonna get you to that peace? What's gonna get you to that happiness?
Are you truthfully with the correct boyfriend or girlfriend?
Ooh.
Are you are you going to a church that you're not really satisfied with,
Yep.
but you feel like it's disrespectful to,
To
to
leave
just leave?
your school, school that you're at.
The school that you're at. I mean, if you're in especially if, you're in a feasible place to get out of there and go to another one, think about it. Is that school actually helping you? Can you progress at that school?
Yep.
So whatever it is, start thinking about it and slowly figure out what it is that you need to do to take the next step forward. Because a lot of you out there don't have daddies.
Yep.
And if you do have daddies, they're broke or they're assholes.
We're broke assholes.
Yeah, or they're broke assholes. Or they are also part of the broken mentality. So, understand that daddy will not buy you anything. And neither will anyone else. So don't depend on anyone. Don't ask anybody for anything. Go out there and achieve your own goals and create your own life.
Create your own destiny. You are the master of your fate and the captain of your soul.
Right.
Remember that.
Remember.
Remember that. This is Derricho Lawson.
And Will L.
The broke mentality. We out. We out. We out. We out. Be sure to follow us at SoundCloud and Instagram at Broke Mentality. You can also subscribe to our YouTube at Broke Mentality. Also, be sure to email us at brokementality@gmail.com.